Looks like we're good. Yeah, much better. Good. Don't know what happened there, but we're back. It's hard enough to paint something really well, let alone have to juggle all of this. Okay, where was I? I was about to do some light, streaky, fun things. Probably behind the dragon so that they all come forward. I'll do a little camera tour with this one too when I'm done here. Yeah, maybe a couple in front. This, I don't want it to be too white or anything. Let's keep this handy. All the hair is stuck to it. This is where I kind of need to really, this is why I'm standing for this one. I sat for most of this painting. What do I want about maybe that? Yeah, just a little lighter. See how good of a straight line I can do. And these need to be parallel. If anything, maybe they diverge a little bit to sort of show a perspective. Hi there, No Limit CB, however you pronounce that. Thank you. Nick, if you want to post a link, if you guys want to, this original and prints are both available for this piece. A little more green here. Maybe we'll diverge that a little bit more here. Do a little green. Let's get some green out of this pile here. Here we go. Get a lot of medium for this. It's dripping on the floor for some reason. A little lighter. Hi there, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, this is going to be behind both of them. This is all pretty dry since I did it a couple days ago. Maybe there'll be a couple that are, but I want those. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe that bit away there. So that brings them forward. Now I've got to do that back here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's light kind of in the water depth behind them. Hi there, Ashley. Hi there, Jess. I probably won't do that, actually. That's probably a little more gratuitous than what I was going for in this piece. Yes, she's nude because she's a mermaid, but there will be no busting out on this one, I'm afraid. It's going for a little more tasteful nude than that. And Ashley, yeah, thanks for watching. Let's make sure that's straight. Mm-hmm. And then I can just wipe that away. There we go. Nice here. Nick, you want to post the link there so they can see where to buy prints or the original, because we have both of those available as a pre-sale, like we typically do for a live stream. There's probably even a nice sale going on. Unless there's already a link in whatever stream you're watching in the description or whatever, which is great. We also have a Patreon that if anyone's interested in following that. And we'll do the tails a little behind, as if it's curling back a tiny bit. Yeah, really the main thing is just making sure these are all straight and parallel. A little more back here. I gotta do some weird posy stuff to see this properly. Just gonna put some little semblances of little bubbles and stuff here and there. I know that just because they're underwater doesn't mean there's bubbles, but it helps to add some texture. I like to add some more white, green highlights to some of these areas, but after this is done here. Oh, hey Matt, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Hi there, Keith. Fantastic, awesome, thanks, man. I gotta back up and look at this in the mirror. Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah. Sometimes you don't notice those things until you back up, and the mirror really helps too. These are not parallel. Let's go up this way. Yeah, it's just arcing a little bit there. Didn't expect the mermaid. You never expect a mermaid, right? Just like, what is it, the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I think you have to be in your 40s at least to get that joke. Love the colors. Yeah, thank you. I think I've generally had pretty good luck with turquoisey sort of colors in a piece like this. All right, that looks better. Now I just need to soften it a little bit. Made some edges a little too hard. Well, it used to be pretty quiet. Make sure they're not curved either. Let's do a dry, clean brush to maybe pull some of these away. What's great about oil is it dries the same color as whatever you put down, versus acrylic will also often change its opacity as it dries, which is not what you want. You got to deal with it if you're using acrylic, which I do use acrylic for underpainting usually. But it is nice when I do this and I know it's going to dry the same color, the same opacity. Yeah, this could still push out a little bit. How about I get a ruler out? They do make these nice straight measuring devices. That's pretty good. That's subtle enough. Didn't know that about acrylics. Yeah, they do. They're a little more unpredictable. You just deal with it. That's what you're using. Let's do a little bit of real light green yellow up here. Way lighter than that. Woo! Bless me. Sometimes that comes out of nowhere. Woo. Okay, actually, I want a little more green and a little more transparent. I want some nice glowy glows up here. Let's actually keep these same angle. I do also like that oil-based mediums are almost always a lot more transparent or amber colored. So you see right away what color you're using. A lot of acrylic mediums tend to be very white, and you mix it in with your color, and it's like mixing white in with your paint until it dries, and then it dries clear, but it's still hard to see what you're doing for a while. Let's do a little bit of that here too. No, this way. A little more green. A little bit of glowy glow over here. Make sure I get that angle right. See, now I'm getting real subtle. You cut your beard. Yeah, I trimmed it up a little bit. It has a beautiful, realistic sheen. Yeah, I spent a lot of time making these scales and stuff. That really adds a lot to that sheen quality for sure. I'm going to do a little bit of sort of pink in her hair. She's got kind of reddish hair. Let's do a little more color down here as this glow sort of fades into the hair a little bit. It's these transitional colors that really make a piece work. And I think transparent layers like this. There we go. Maybe a little on the bottom. And I went out for a bike ride this morning for about a half hour, and it's the air quality is a little better around here. We had our own fires here in Colorado for like several weeks, and we're getting a lot of smoke blown in from California, so I'm a little coffee ever since then. It's better today. I stayed in most of the week actually. I didn't go out anywhere, at least not where I wasn't like in my car or something. There we go. A red dragon, yeah, actually would like to do a red one just for fun. Still trying to think of what my next concept's going to be. I'm really liking the dragon concept in the motif. You know, it's been a fun thing to explore, and I would like to do more of them. We're going to do some nice bright lights there. Here might get a little more yellow. It's her, more of her, the sort of flesh tone glow. We had a cool front this weekend. Yeah. Oh, in Houston. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are getting any of the wind, the smoke from California. We're getting a lot of it. Apparently that stuff is blowing all the way to Europe, so maybe it's blowing north. Maybe that's why you guys haven't gotten it, if you haven't gotten it. Let's do a little more. Some glowy stuff here. It's like this is like transparent fabric, like folding in on itself or something. We'll do a couple sparkly scales here. You guys probably can't see that, it's kind of far away. Yeah, that smoke is getting pretty rough. I have to say, I keep trying to find ways to use my art to help communicate the beauty of the world and get people excited and aware about, you know, climate change and trying to fix the problem and being aware that it exists and people getting people excited about it. Not necessarily doom and gloom sort of stuff, but getting people excited about the possibilities and the hope of fixing the issue. Because of course you guys are, everyone's seeing things like the wildfires in California. That's going to be, they have them every year. I know, I'm from there, but they're getting worse and more frequent, and it's only going to get more so. So I keep trying to find ways to use my art to convey that kind of thing. And while this is a mythological creature, I kind of feel like it can help us to appreciate the beauty of this environment. Let's say the ocean, for example. And beautiful creatures like this that maybe we can say, you know, are extinct, even though they may have never lived. There might have been some crazy giant undersea creatures in prehistoric times. But as far as like dragons go, you know, you can look at it like this was a beautiful creature that was magical and majestic, and now it's gone. and we'll never see them again. And maybe by making that kind of analogy, people can take that and apply it to our current world, that there's so many beautiful, pristine pieces of wilderness and and animals that are literally on the verge of extinction, like, millions of species that we can prevent if we actually take action and count climate change, take it as seriously as hopefully we've been with, coronavirus, where the whole nation mobilizes to do things, and the whole world. That's what it's going to take. It is fixable if we actually all work together and act on it. We have to acknowledge that it's real, of course. That's a huge, big step. But once we do that, we can actually tackle the problem. So I kind of, in an abstract way, this is kind of that kind of message, that these moments are just priceless. No amount of money can buy this kind of a moment in your life, this kind of a magical experience, and these kind of animals that will disappear forever, and they'll only be mythological animals, How many of them already have, and how many still will? How sad would it be to see elephants only in a D&D book, a fantasy painting? Mommy, what's that weird animal? Oh, that was an elephant. He used to actually run around in Africa and Asia. That was real? Yep. That would be completely heartbreaking. So that's what I have in mind with, I think I like angling some of my dragon pieces out of that mindset, if that makes sense. That's a nice little glow there. Let's do the same thing with the horn up here. Let's do a nice, really hot pink. A little more glow over here. Let's get a bigger brush. A little more shine on that horn there. Let's see if I can make this go in the right direction now. Whoa. Picked up a little bit on my finger there. There you go. Let's do that same pink in her hair. A little glowier up there. Nice glow in the hair there. Let's get another brush for. Did I do her tail? I did her tail already. Yeah, that's probably fine. I did not do her back. Let's do a little bit of orangey yellow back here. Yeah, there's a little lip plane pointing upward there. I can do a little glow down here. Except I need to make it go this way. Yeah, those little subtle glowy things really help. They really add up to. Okay, let's do some little subtle shimmery things in the water, like maybe little bubbles or something. Like almost like little dust particles hitting the light. Real subtle. Wasn't sure if I wanted to put some fish back here or something, but I don't think it really needs it. I think it's clear, we get what's going on. want these things to be almost not noticeable. They're part of the texture, but you don't really pay attention to them. Some down here. We got a big one or two here and there. Probably fewer toward the dark, more toward the light up here. Because, of course, they're darker. Darker, less light, less reflections on tiny bubbles. Yeah, that's really nice. You have one of your own dragons tattooed on your forearm. That's fun. I keep having aspirations of doing some kind of tattoo. Not very often, but sometimes I think about it like, oh, I'm an artist. I would love to have some cool artwork on my body. I don't have any. I would want to design it myself. Faux show. But I don't know what I'd want. I'm like, I don't know. There's so many things that I think I like, but I don't know if I would like in 10 years. Like if I had gotten a tattoo 10 years ago, I might not like the things that I liked back then. I'd be like, oh, why did I do that? But I guess that's the point, right? It's sort of a story of your life. But I don't necessarily want to be covered in them. I would get something that's very meaningful, and then I would stop. Although I keep hearing from everyone that as soon as you get one, you want more. So I don't know how that works exactly. Yeah, I like that real subtle little. Oh, I love this background. Makes it look deep instead of a, blue background. It's like, oh, it's deep water. That's what I wanted. You have several. Awesome. All right, I just need to look at this for a second. I might be done with this one. I knew I wasn't going to be a whole lot of time to finish. Maybe I could do a couple lighter. Sometimes you just get like one scale that's lighter than all the rest for some random reason. I'm here, I'm just sitting. It looks like I disappeared. I'm like, nope, I'm sitting down in my chair. It's amazing. Awesome. Thank you. Wait, let's do a little tour. Let me fix one little thing real quick. A little bit of water here that's strangely not detailed right. Yeah, I definitely spent more time on this one than I might have. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to slow down and still be brushy and gestural, but be more detailed and take my time with things. Where should I sign this one? I guess I can sign it right there. Yeah, that'd probably be the best spot. Let me see. I think I'm done with this area. I can sign this. One more, or a couple more clicks there. Yeah, I can sign that right now. It's a little light. I try to make my signature not too obnoxious. Like, it's noticeable if you want to look for it, but it doesn't scream at you. Can't say I don't always appreciate when artists sign their name like way up here on the piece, you know, like in bright red, and it's like their signature's more interesting than the painting is. Yeah, that'll be good. I try to go off to the corner. You have company over. Awesome. We'll have fun. Thanks for watching. Well, here's the tour. If you're still watching, Matt, you want to watch this one bit real quick. Untangle the cord here. And hang on, the cord is tied exactly in a knot. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. See if I can back up. Make sure my exposure is set to not auto. Main. There we go. Perfect. Let's see, I can brighten that up a little bit. There we go. That way it won't correct when I'm moving around. So you'll see the actual proper colors, everything. So here's a little close-up of our main characters here. So this began as a clay sculpture, a giant clay sculpture that I had on my table here. That was so heavy I had to suspend it from the ceiling because it kept falling over. So Nick, I don't know if you're still there. If you want to post some links to buy this piece, if anybody's interested in buying the original or prints. I know he was out indisposed for a few minutes, but he should be back. Here's all the scaly stuff that is pretty fun to do, and there's the old signature. Christopher Clark. I got a long name. Let's go up here slow and see if we can see some detail here. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this. It's also a lot of layers of transparent color that the textures add up into a really cool depth effect, you know. I don't think I could have done this painting alla prima, like in one shot. There's that horn. That twisted horn was really fun to do. Here you can see the watery sort of textures and stuff, and the textures of like his like sort of fin, very delicate fin thing. So that would be really cool. Something flowy and very watery, you know. Here we can see our mermaid friend. So I've been liking doing dragons that are like not necessarily big scary dragon breathing fire with a little tiny knight that's fighting him. And it's like, okay, we've seen that a million times. And I keep hearing in dragon lore that dragons are very misunderstood, and we're very intelligent, sentimental feeling creatures. So I'm trying to show more of a connection, more of a relationship, you know, more of a quiet moment with a dragon instead of just like, oh, big scary fire breathing dragon. I think I should probably still do one of those just because it's, you know, a very standard iconic image of a dragon, but who says they can't be your best friend too? You know, they're sharing some kind of moment. Maybe they're saying goodbye, or maybe one of them is saying thank you, or maybe they're just expressing their affection for each other as friends. Maybe they've been lifelong companions or something. So anyway, so there's this one. The original's 20 by 30 inches. And here's of course you can see the palette because I have the camera pointing at it. All right, let's see if I can put this back without dropping it. There we go. I don't have a link in front of me to buy this one. Let's see. See if I can find a link. There's the link if you want to see it on the website and buy a print or the original. Also, there's a link for our Patreon if you want to check out our Patreon page where you have access. I actually did a time-lapse video of this entire painting up until today. So you have access to that on the Patreon page. A lot of cool members-only stuff. Access to all these videos and all the time-lapse videos and stuff that I do. I take progress photos of every painting. So you can see the process way more than most people get to see online. I also have all my painting classes on there. So if you want to study art with me, I have painting classes on there. I think it's like the $10 a month level. So for $10 a month, you can have access to every painting class I've ever done. Where I do, like, I'll show you a couple of them. Here's a couple of my most recent ones, actually. So, like, I do this painting, this cool Venice scene. This class is on there, where I paint the whole thing from start to finish, so you can see, you know, and I explain a lot more than I explain. I talk a lot during here, but I'm not talking about painting technique. I'm just talking. But I talk about all the painting technique for these. Here's another one I did. This is a fun Paris street scene. So we do this one together. That's one of the classes I have. And then I have this San Francisco one. These are three of my more recent ones. So I actually have the paintings handy. So anyway, those classes are available on our Patreon. So check out the link there. And Smitty2, beautiful dragon painting. Thank you. I'm kind of new at dragons, so I hope they're turning out good. This is my second one. My first one's over here. Here's the first one I did last week. This is the, I just called it Sleeping Dragon. This is also available on our website. So this one was kind of fun. Again, I started with a clay sculpture on this. And there's some fun details in the foreground. Over here, she's like, oh, she was, you know, maybe having a refreshment, playing a little viola, drinking, you know, reading some books, and fell asleep reading. So that's kind of a fun. Again, trying to explore a little bit more of the whimsical, you know, sentimental side of what a dragon could be like. Instead of death and destruction, they could be very intelligent and caring companions. And it could have a lot more depth, I think, you know, a lot more story than just, oh, knight going off to kill the dragon. Well, what if the dragon's actually really nice? You'd never know, right? So maybe instead of always trying to kill your enemy, you should identify with them. You might learn a lot more. So just looking at this one to see if anything else I need to do. It's one of those things where, you know, I might stare at it for a few days. I'll probably be done with it, I think. I like it. Sometimes I'll notice something like months later, like, oh, I should have done that on a painting. I'll go back and fix them once in a while if it's you know, noticeable enough or like really bugs me. It is interesting seeing old paintings that are much older, like many years older. Like, oh wow, I've gotten so much better since then. Let's trim this down a little. Make that a little sharper. There we go, that's a little better. I don't want to say razor sharp. It's like sharp like a horn would be sharp. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Nick. And we have 40% off on the prints today for this live stream. And there's the Patreon link as well. Thank you for posting that. Okay, I think I might be done with this one. Kind of already concepting my next couple that I want to do. I'd like to do a nice series of these. Could be a fun angle to explore. Haven't really done much in the fantasy. I've done a lot of surrealism, but pushing it toward fantasy is not really something I've done a whole lot of yet, so gonna be doing that soon. So I know it's only like an hour, but I kind of knew that's all I needed to finish this one. This one was too hard to stream end to end. It was, an hour or two, here and there for the last week. So it's really hard. I can't do a stream of that. Okay, yeah, we'll call this one. So yeah, cool. Check out the link and get your prints, or the original if you're a collector. We have 40% off everything today, so check out the link there. And follow us on this video channel if you want to watch more of my streams. I stream this kind of stuff at least once a week. And if you want to do just follow me online in general. There's my my hashtag, my at thing. Yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Christopher Clark, painting for the Amazing Art Expo, and hopefully next time I see you, I'll be doing another one of these awesome pieces, another dragon fun piece. So cool, guys. Thanks. Take care.